Hi everyone, my name is Kylie Solverson. I'm here on behalf of John Paul Mitchell Systems and Cosmoprof today. I'm from a Paul Mitchell Focus Salon in Nanaimo, BC on Vancouver Island. So what I want to go over today is a little bit about why I choose Paul Mitchell. Part of the reason why I chose Paul Mitchell and to become a national educator for them is because I fully support the education and the culture that they stand behind. And it feels amazing to have a team that supports me in my own personal goal and journey of becoming a Paul Mitchell national educator, which is amazing. So today we're actually going to go over our indulgence of water with our Fernanda haircut styled out into our lemon twist. Part of what I find with this particular style is that my take-home dollars have increased dramatically. They've actually increased about 6%, which works out in our salon to just about $2,500, which is pretty huge for me. My average dollars per take-home guest has actually increased $28 as well, which is very, very important. So who doesn't want to have an increase in take-home dollars as well as boost your average take-home or your guests as well? So I'm going to show you how you can use these techniques, the products, tools, and techniques to up your income, which is going to be great. With the indulgence of water, this is something that's perfect for your eco-conscious guest who is a little bit more environmentally responsible and conscious. With the tea tree, all of the brands, it's actually 100% carbon neutral. They've actually teamed up with Reforest Action, which is really cool too. Basically what they do is they go around and you pick a country and you plant a tree, and that helps with basically just preserving our planet, which is amazing. They also offer education for farmers, especially in Peru, so that they can farm responsibly. Part of the other thing that they do as well is they're teamed up with Conservation International. Conservation International is actually just there to help support everybody and help us have a happy, healthy planet, really, because we need a happy, healthy planet to thrive and survive. With the indulgence of water, with all of our clients, it's more about getting them in and having a sensory experience and not just a regular ordinary salon visit. We want them to feel indulged and we want to awaken their senses a little bit. It's more than it's more than just a regular salon visit for them. So we're going to go over our Fernanda haircut as well as our lemon twist style. I'm going to show you the products, tools, and techniques used to achieve this look. So with my lovely model Rose here, what I've done is I've cut her left side of her hair and styled her out into our Fernanda haircut with the lemon twist. I'll go over that just to kind of show you how we did that, just to save time. Basically what we did is we took her over to the lather lounge in our salon. That's what we call our wash house, and we prepped her with our tea tree lavender mint moisturizing shampoo. This is our calming and soothing shampoo. What that's going to do is it's going to, ultra rich conditioners are going to soothe and calm the hair, and if it's needing moisture, if it's brittle and dry, the amino acids in the product is also going to help to revive her hair. It has a really calming, soothing lavender and mint scent to it as well, so it's just really going to put her mind and body at ease, as well as her hair at ease. With our lavender mint moisturizing conditioner, also has the same lavender mint fragrance to it, so it's very calming. It puts the mind, body, and soul at ease, which is great. With this, ultra rich conditioners are actually in this product to detangle, hydrate, soothe, and calm the hair down, and it also is it just smells amazing. I love this one. This is actually one of Rose's favorite products. She did pick this up for me on her last haircut, and she's been using it ever since, and I've noticed that her hair is definitely a little bit more revived and bouncy. So after we've prepped her at the lather lounge, we took her back and we started our Fernanda haircut. With our Fernanda haircut, what that is it's our hipster haircut created by Takashi, who's one of my favorite platform artists with Paul Mitchell. Basically, we parted her hair down the center, and then we took diagonal back sections starting in the front, in her front hairline. I am standing behind her, we took that diagonal back section, about 1 inch, and we subsectioned at the parietal ridge. From there, we directed the hair straight up towards the ceiling, elevated our elbow, and had a straight line from our elbow and our wrist down to our fingers and cut short to long. We carried on and took another diagonal back section. They're about 1 inch sections. Took a 1 inch section, directed that up, and also over directed towards our previous section as well. Really important to do this. This is going to help to maintain length, and it just causes the layers to fall really beautifully and very naturally. We continued in that spoke-like transition all the way to the back, always making sure we over direct to the previous section, and always make sure you subsection at, the parietal ridge as well. We continued around. As I got to the back of the head, I obviously had to stand a little bit to the side, directing the hair up, subsection at the parietal ridge, elevate that elbow, straight line, cut short to long. We continued and did that same process, one past the center. So once we're finished that, I will show you how we do the front. So with that one side, with the left side of her haircut, we want to stand behind because we always want to make sure we're cutting short to long. Let me just grab my shears here for you guys. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to do the same thing on the other side. However, we do need to be standing in the very front of rows. So I will show you kind of what our section looks like, and then I'll be turning rows a little bit away so you can see. All right, so we have our diagonal back section. As you can see, I will be standing off to the front to actually cut this section, but then we're going to subsection at the parietal ridge. So that's what that sectioning looks like. So I'm going to stand directly in front of her. I'm going to over direct forward slightly. I'm also going to take a little parting from the other side, just as my guide, just so that I have a, symmetry on both sides. We want to always make sure we maintain balance in our haircut. So I'm going to elevate. You can probably see this really well. I'm over directing forward, and we're going to elevate our elbow straight up into the air, and then we're going to cut short to long with that section. This is very important. Very, very important. Drop the section. I'm going to show you what our second parting looks like. Diagonal back. Subsection at the parietal ridge. Sorry, Rose. My hair in your face there. All right, I'm using the skinny teeth, and with your cutting, you always want to make sure before you cut, you actually are using your comb in the direction that you want to direct your hair towards. So, in other words, I don't want to go from the front to the back with that combing pattern. I want to always make sure I'm combing it towards where I want it to go. All right, elevate that elbow, cut short to long. I absolutely love this haircut. These concave layers are so versatile. You can wear this haircut straight. You can style it out into our lemon twist. You can do amazing volume with our vivid volume blowout as well. It's one of my favorite haircuts that I've learned. So once again, next section, we're going to the next section back, 1 inch section. Always direct, over direct to my previous section that I've just cut. And once again, we are still parting at the subsectioning at the parietal ridge. Probably 2 more sections in this, so it's a really quick haircut, which is really nice. This is really going to help to increase the number of people that you can actually see in your day. It's very quick and efficient. Always make sure you're watching your body position so that you're not over-directing things in the wrong way. And we also want to have happy, healthy careers, so you want to make sure that you are nice to your body and not straining your wrists and your arms and your back. Perfect. So with this one here, same thing, take a diagonal back section, over direct towards the previous subsection of the parietal ridge. Lift that hair straight up into the air, lift that elbow, cut short to long. Perfect. So we've gone one past the back center. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to, we've created a corner in the haircut because of where the layers are falling and then her perimeter length. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take vertical sections in the back, and we're going to direct it straight back from her head towards the wall. And I'll just turn her so you can kind of see there's going to be a corner that we've actually created. It's right in here. So we're going to just cut that little corner off. Just direct the hair straight back and you'll take that corner right off. You'll see that corner a little bit more prominently in this section right here. So right there is our corner. Our guideline is just in my fingertips here, and then our perimeter length is here, so just cut that corner off. Perfect. Last one. Awesome. So now you're finished the back of this Fernanda haircut. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a crescent section in the front to create our fringe. I've already obviously taken a little bit from the other side, and I've finished that side just for her fringe so I can style it out properly for you guys. But I will take that parting again. What you're going to do is take a small little section, determine the length that you would like to have the front or the fringe area, and all you do from there is you actually grab and pinch the hair together. Let me get a smoother section there. Grab and pinch the hair together. This will create, once it's point cut, it will create a little bit shorter layers in the center, and it will become a concave layer. From here, you're going to stand to the side and you're going to cut palm to palm and point cut. You always want to cut palm to palm so you're not straining your wrist. So from here, we now have a little bit of a fringe section. I'm going to take another parting diagonally back. Perfect. And we're actually going to connect the perimeter lengths with her new fringe. So I'm going to turn her slightly, just so I can stand a little bit more in front of her, directing that hair out. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut with tension, and I'm going to slide cut. So you notice my hand position is palm to palm once again, and I'm moving my blades open and close really quickly, but very slow and controlled. You want to take this really gently so that you don't take too much hair. If you lose tension on that hair, feel free to drop it. Re-center yourself, re-comb it really smooth, and then start again from where you dropped it. Once that's done there, then you move on to the other side. So with the other side of her fringe, I'm going to stand in the front, direct it out, and I'm going to slide cut, but I'm going to backhand slide cut. So it's exactly the same technique. However, you're just kind of sitting on top of your fingers. I always rest my blade on my fingers and slowly open and close my blade and bring that down. So that is the Fernanda haircut. So now once that's all styled out, or sorry, cut out, I'm going to go in, and I'm going to go in with my Tea Tree Firm Hold Styling Gel. This is for maximum hold and control. This particular gel is flake free, so it's not going to get all flaky when she moves her hair. It also thickens as it's applied to the hair. It's extremely versatile. It can be used on wet or dry hair, which is what I love about it. It's probably one of my gels that I use the most in the salon. You apply it to your hands almost like a hand lotion. The reason we want to do that is because when we get into her hair, we want to make sure that it's throughout her entire head of hair. And when you put your hands through the hair, obviously some of that hair falls onto the tops of your hands. So you just want to make sure it's fully saturated in there. Another really beautiful thing about the Tea Tree Firm Hold Styling Gel is that it has a beautiful cool mint feeling, so it's a little bit invigorating and it smells amazing, so it's going to just keep her senses a little bit more revived, which is amazing. So once that's in there, I'm actually going to use a Pro Stick. First we'll wipe our hands off a little bit. So I'm going to use one of the Paul Mitchell Pro Sticks. This has quickly become one of my favorite sectioning and securing tools to use. Basically, it's Paul Mitchell branded chopstick. You can go in, you can take your sectioning really clean, and then you can actually secure the hair really quickly and easily. It also secures a lot of hair. So sometimes those clips, the hair can fall out. With these, I find that it stays secure. So all you're going to do is you're going to do like a brick lay pattern throughout this section of hair. I've already done that on the other side as well. And I'm going to actually do that like nervous twist kind of finger movement and literally just twist her hair. This is the lemon twist. And we're going to twist in opposite directions. So it kind of looks like dreadlocks when you're finished doing this, and then we'll blow dry it out. Take another section. I'm taking about a 1-inch section all the way across, just horizontally, and then securing the rest of her hair just to keep it nice and clean. If you keep your sectioning and your hair cutting and your styling nice and clean, your end result is going to be that much cleaner. Once again, do twist feel. I feel like this is something that you can show your clients and your guests how to do, and they can recreate this look at home. It is very simple for them to recreate, and I find that it's something that's a little bit different. A lot of guests don't see this from other stylists, so it kind of gets them talking a little bit, and they'll send people to you because they'll be like, oh my god, did you see what Kylie did to me today? It was really cool. I learned this new technique. And they're going to want to go home with all of the tools and all of the products that you've just shown them how to use. Including things like the Pro Sticks. It's pretty awesome. Alright. I always like to wrap the hair in the front of her head back because I want to open up her face just a little bit. Now you can choose what you would like to do with that. You can definitely twist it forwards, but just know that those curls will fall a little bit into her face if you do that. So I always like to roll them back. I love the smell of this gel. It smells so good. So one of my favorite things about the Tea Tree brand in general is that the fragrances are just amazing. Very calming with the lavender mint, very energizing with the tingle as well. And then I love the lemon sage for its thickening properties. I've been using Tea Tree myself for forever. Alright, last two in this section. pro stick down. I'm finished with it for now. Wrap this stuff back. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to blow dry her hair. We're going to use our diffuser with our blow dryer. I'll explain a little bit about what blow dryer we're going to use and why. So I'm going to use our Express Ion Dry. I love this blow dryer for the 2 speed settings that we have with it. With this particular blow dry, we're going to use our low setting. We're going to also use our diffuser with our blow dryer. The diffuser has vented fingertips that actually allow you to blow dry the hair without disturbing the natural shape of the hair. It basically disperses the airflow so it's not in a concentrated spot. I'm going to do a little bit of basically just blow dry down using that for now, and then we're going to go in with our pro stick and actually lift the root slightly just to give her a little bit more volume with that particular blow dry. So with the diffuser on our Express Ion Dry, it actually has our Express Ion Complex built right into, molded into the actual diffuser. The Express Ion Dry also contains our Express Ion Complex in there as well. That's one of the amazing features of the Express Ion Complex. A couple of the other features that we have on this blow dryer is we have a lockable cool shot button, sorry. And that allows you to obviously give you that nice cool shot to kind of set curls in place and everything like that. We also have our 9-foot cord for professional use, plus a hanging loop on there. It has a filter that you can lock and you can clean the filter out. It's a really nice removable mesh that you can just take out, clean it off. I usually use like a little brush for that. With the Express Ion Complex that's built right into the core of the actual blow dryer, basically what that does is it delivers negative ions into the hair as well as far infrared heat. It is a blend of 32 volcanic minerals. Now what the far infrared heat does is it actually breaks down hydrogen molecules, so that it actually essentially dries the hair from the inside out. Pushes the water molecules out, it speeds up dry time about up to 60%. Really. Makes a huge difference when you're actually trying to style the hair. Love this blow dryer so much. So as you can see here, I'm just lifting up the hair just to get a little bit more airflow right to her root, just to give her a little bit more volume. And I'm using the pro stick to do so because I don't want to go in and rough up the hair too much. Next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to kind of scrunch the hair a little bit just to kind of get through those curls a little bit, just to break them up and get them to dry, because when you curl them and twist them like that, sometimes they stay a little bit wet on the inside a little bit longer. I feel like everybody who has curly hair needs to have a diffuser. It really honestly is a curl's best friend. I feel like if you don't have a diffuser, your curls just end up a little too fuzzy sometimes. The blow dryer with the diffuser, or Express Ion Dry with the diffuser, it really creates a nice hydrated, natural, soft curl to your hair. It's simply amazing. So once we're finished that, we're gonna go on and we're gonna actually turn on our Nero tool. We're using the Nero unclipped 1-inch styling rod. I love this one. This particular tool is amazing. It heats up to 450 degrees in 60 seconds. It also has a lock button that you can put. They can basically lock the temperature to what you need. It has a really beautiful LED display. smart chip technology is in here as well, which helps to regulate the temperature up to 50 times per second, which is incredible. It also undergoes extremely great craftsmanship, so it's very well built. The actual barrel of the iron is isotherm titanium, so it's going to be resistant to scratching and cracking and everything like that. Perfect. It also has a cool tip, which is great, so that you're not going to burn your fingers, or your guests aren't going to burn your fingers as well. Yeah, and it also has a hanging loop, so that you can hang it on your little hooks, or you can, it also has our 9-foot cord as well, which is great. So what we're going to do with this is we're actually going to go in and really quickly just kind of wrap the hair around really quickly. We don't want it to be, I want this look to be a little bit more beachy. This particular iron is perfect for those beach waves and those really loose curls. We're going to go in and just quickly wrap the hair around the barrel of the wand, or the curling iron, clipless curling iron, and let it go. I find with my guests, when I tell them all the features of our Pro Tools especially, it's what actually helps to sell them to our guests. I find that if they're educated, they love them and they understand how they work. For this one, for example, you need to tell them that it does heat up to 450 degrees. However, they need to make sure that they're using the appropriate setting, and you have to show them how to do that. One of the things that I also find very important in all tools is that these ones actually have a programmable auto shut off as well, so that you can feel safe in knowing that, let's say you forget to turn it off one morning when you're running out the door, and you know that if you've programmed it, it's going to shut off, which is amazing. Another thing that's really cool about this is it has dual voltage, so it's actually great for worldwide use. Bet you didn't know that.
I didn't know that. That's cool. Handy.
It is handy. So when you have a guest that likes to travel a lot, you can tell them that, and they will feel confident in being able to take these tools traveling with them. So as you can see, I'm just doing this really quite randomly. I'm not curling everything on her head because our lemon twist has already done most of the work for us. This is just kind of like a fine tune up for her. A little bit on these ends. The Neuro unclipped 1-inch, all of our Neuro tools, but they actually come with a 3-fingered glove so that your guests can feel safe in knowing that they're not going to burn themselves. The next product that we're going to use is going to be our Tea Tree Shaping Cream. This is a great product for strong, flexible texture. It uses mesh-like fibers to actually lock in and hold the style in place. It's extremely strong hold, however, it's still very flexible. So they can go through and they can reshape and play with their hair a little bit later. So you take a little bit in your finger and make sure you really work it into your hands. It's very creamy consistency. Also, you'll notice the smell of this particular product is amazing. All the botanical ingredients smell very, very good. It's one of my favorites in terms of the styling products. I just really like the hold, the texture, the smell that you are experiencing with this particular product. Perfect. So this is our Fernanda haircut. I hope that you guys learned a lot with this particular product. Just to recap, we've gone over our indulgence of water with our Fernanda haircut and our lemon twist. I urge all of you to please go home and try this particular technique, try out the tools, and post it to social media. So thank you so much for joining me today. Your time means a lot to me. And don't forget that hairstyling is not just a job, it's a craft. Thank you so much.